Hi, it's Mildred Michelle Birdsong. Mildred, elegant and gentle counselor. Eve says Jesus opened third eye, made her conceive a baby. Let me read that properly. Eve says Jesus' opened third eye made her conceive a baby. Eve got so excited seeing the light from Jesus Christ's opened third eye that she conceived a baby. Aria Elizabeth Michelle, 2018, in Fayetteville, North Carolina, in full view of the thousands of his disciples that were there. She, Eve, had been homeless. She was near toothless and 75. Her friends of 45 years completely snubbed her. They wouldn't meet her eyes except Daffy Nathanson looked at her and rolled his eyes like some ghetto soul sister. Angry. Babaji Guru Govinda Singh Dillon knew that T. Michelle Eve Mary Magdalene had to go through being homeless because she was to become the guru for former homeless people at St. Francis of Assisi Residence 3 because there was no other advanced soul available. She had not been told of her destiny. She presumed she was simply going through her karma, being homeless. She had come to Fayetteville wanting mercy, a hug and kiss from Babaji, and some hugs of comfort from her friends, from her spiritual sisters and brothers. But they, Manira Smith, Daphne Norma and Susan Nathanson, Linda Zatelli, Linda Bush, Nancy Bush Gross, Fountain Jones, Karen Jones, Suzanne Kissing, Roy Thomas, could not allow her a shred of dignity by giving her at least a smile. Robin Michelle Birdsong, Eve's daughter, Olivia Kissing, and Hannah, Candy the Grandma Sabador, and John, who did Book Saver with Nancy, treated her as a friend the following week at Satsang in Queens. Jesus Christ, B.S. Charan Singh said, "Your friends are those going where you are going." Charan Singh recently ferried her, Eve, across the ocean of existence to the more real world, the permanent world, heaven on earth. Afterwards, he got into her womb, becoming her son. Eve, of the Ming Dynasty, her husband in the Ming Dynasty was Jade Shin, who will be going to heaven on earth. And with his love, I think her name is Anna, or Annie. So that must mean that Candy, John, Olivia, and Hannah, and Olivia's new baby, and the young Indian girl who wore a t-shirt that said what the sun had said to her, "Be fearless," and her daughter Robin Michelle are coming to the permanent world, heaven on earth, with her, Christ's mother, projected as her husband in a parallel life. Judy Harmon and Tom Harmon saw Eve walking by them in Queen's Satsang. Judy had the most pained expression on her face, a look of horror. Eve knew she was feeling her feelings. That's empathy, perhaps love. They are friends. They too will join Eve in heaven on earth, where advanced souls get to live forever. Eve was feeling horror because she realized she had had a false sense of security all these years. Satsang was not a refuge as she had thought. It was simply a place like the rest of the world. The web of karma was a place to work off karma. In Fayetteville, she found her only friend was the guru, Govinda Singh Dillon. He gave her total pleasure when he was on stage. S for C, T for truly, A, G for God energy. C, truly a God energy. She didn't realize she hadn't gotten the kiss and hug from Govinda, because what she did feel, seeing and hearing his voice, was so fulfilling. She didn't know why he was carrying 3 eyes. She figured, mild red, if she was supposed to know, he would tell her. When her friend Mary Panama found out she had not gotten her hug and kiss, she said to Eve in the cruelest voice Eve had ever heard from her, "You got nothing." Mary Panama stopped believing that her friend Eve had a special relationship with Lord Jesus Christ. But Eve, T. Michelle, felt as close to Babaji as she'd always felt. She realized that Mary Panama lacked the faith that she, Eve, felt. Mary Panama had been a devoted friend for lifetimes. When Eve was Mary of Bethany, Mary Panama had been Martha. When Eve B.S. Sherlock Holmes, Mary Panama B.S. Watson. And for over a year, Mary Panama shared Eve's adventures with Jesus Christ in her head. The only person who Eve could talk to regularly about her love, who turned out to be her mother in a parallel life. So Mary Panama will go back to South America. She won't be the Queen of Brazil as had originally been intended, but she will live in Portugal with her husband Mujibaba. A guru was like Mary Panama, who, like Mary Panama, is not perfect, who eats meat and has girlfriends. But he is very spiritual, as is Mary Panama. He is like chocolate, the black man Mary Panama had loved and wanted Babaji to give her. But chocolate was in no way spiritual or even religious. So Babaji rewarded Mary Panama with the results her karma entitled her to. If she makes the effort to be, she will be happy with Muji Baba. David Goggins, an advanced soul who had to go through severe karma to qualify as sergeant in arms for satsang in hell, until hell is closed and its inhabitants distributed to the animal kingdom and below for eternity. David Goggins was a Navy SEAL and Army Ranger who had the worst upbringing you can imagine. His father beat him and his mother and made his mother cook for his girlfriends. Anyway, at which time, when hell closes, David Goggins and his mother will fly to heaven on earth, the level of consciousness, and they will begin practicing talk and share therapy so they can let down their guards and become normal. Come, consciousness, you merit. Okay. The calm you find yourself being is the consciousness you merit. A sergeant at arms or sergeant at arms is in a officer appointed by a deliberative body, usually a legislature, to keep order during its meetings. The word sergeant is derived from the Latin serviens, which means servant. Judy Harmon's twin, Jenny, and her husband, Charlie Popora, and sons Simon and the younger one, will be joining Judy in heaven on earth. Tom Harmon, Judy's husband, confined to a wheelchair, will be restored. His body will be restored to perfect health. They will begin practicing talk and share therapy shortly after arriving in heaven on earth. T. Michelle didn't get a hug and a kiss when she went to Fayetteville, but she got her best friend in Queens, Evelyn Jones, as her new baby, given to her by the third eye, of Guru Govinda Singh Dhillon. Her new baby, Aria Elizabeth Michelle, which makes T. Michelle very grateful. Okay? So thank you for listening.